Yes, of course we can. You can say anything you want. You're the host with the most.
This is funny.
You are the
Oh
host
my
with the
God,
most
you're so
tonight,
funny.
baby. Oh, volume. I think I have it loud.
6:05 is when you start winding
Oh yeah,
it down,
guys,
right?
phones off, volume down. You keep your phones on, but volume down, okay?
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's already down.
6:05 is when
Yeah,
you
mine's
start
down.
winding it down, right?
At 6:05. Okay, guys. Or I could even do
send
that.
it
You
to
can
me.
do the
At 6:05,
okay.
I'll do
Thanking everybody.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
Okay.
I'll do
Good.
that part.
And then I'll close
then-
it with the.
Yeah.
with
Yeah, about
first.
6:05ish.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. Not a-
Sounds like a plan.
Not an issue. Not an issue. Is it on, Gino? Yeah. All right. So now let me go make it public.
Also, yeah. Oh, I didn't wait.
Okay. So let me edit post. Make it. Oh, I have to edit privacy to public. All right. So ladies, I don't have my glasses on, so here's what we're gonna do. Okay. So. Alright, so I'm going to share. Okay, right, post. Okay. On a friends. Type your name in first. You see it?
Yeah. Did we do Emery?
Wait, first yours. And now post it. Okay, now share again. Now do right post. And hold on. Wait, see something sweet.
Type friends.
Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, right here. I don't have my glasses on. I didn't see that. Now type person. You did right. She did it right.
Of course she did.
Of course she did. What's wrong with me? I'm saying, what screen is that? Because I can't see it.
I know. That's why I was hoping I
You're on
could
the
read
group.
this.
Huh?
You're on the group.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right, get off of the group. On a friend's timeline.
Wait. This one.
Yeah,
right?
post on a friend's time. Share on a friend's timeline.
See,
I don't post on
Okay, so post. All right, hold on. Oh, say on a friend's timeline. Now put her name in.
Good. On Facebook, right? Cool. Yeah.
Now share. Okay. There you go.
Yay.
Okay, so Ava, we'll
Yep.
do you now.
Okay.
Because you have. This is better with the lighting anyway, right? Post.
I would wave.
We were doing it in the
See
dark.
here. No, I can see better here. Over there, forget it. Ava. There you go.
How come we didn't have this issue last time?
Because I had lights on. Oh, because it depends on.
Oh, the lighting outside
Yes.
too.
Now we'll do
I wonder if
Marco.
we put that blind.
The lighting affects, everything outside affects the lighting in the studio.
Right, but I'm saying
New
if we
place.
close that blind,
we won't
but
have that
it might not close all the way.
Marco, and now I will publish it to our pages.
Okay.
Hamilton.
You got me
Radio.
too? You did
Yep,
me?
I did you.
Cool.
So now I'll do our pages. To a page. I'll do my show. I'll do Hamilton Radio. Okay.
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
You guys got it?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, Danny will do on hers. I'll do Hamilton Radio. We're everywhere now, guys. You are everywhere, guys.
There's 5 people watching right now.
See, isn't that something?
They're waving.
And Brady's watching.
See, Ken Brady,
Oh,
I love you.
wow.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to meet you. Yay.
It's posting.
Ken Brady, we got 2 rocket scientists over here, 2 teenage rocket
Yeah, it's gonna be
scientists.
very interesting.
Okay.
I'm excited. You good? That's good. You usually have your little phone out. That's a little better.
Well, this I've been using now,
I like it.
girlfriend. So I usually lean it up against that box.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, all right.
I was wondering why the box is on its side. You like the box.
I didn't do it. I swear.
We'll put it right here, honey.
That's
Thank
awesome. I
you.
love
That's
it.
all it's good for is the air.
That's my little box. Put it right here, baby.
$30 stand.
Yeah, get the-
See? There we go. Hello, everybody.
you should eventually like
Hello.
cover the back with something so when
No, I'm gonna buy one of the stands for this.
uh
Don't you think that makes more sense?
that doesn't stand up on itself in this
No,
thing.
because it is silly thing. I'm not good at it. Look, it messes it falls. See? It's
No,
supposed to.
no, you got to do it sideways.
No, I can't do it sideways. I don't get comments.
Oh.
I tried. We tried. Even Danny tried for me.
Oh. Yeah,
So-
that's the only thing is that they have to go
Yeah.
sideways when you do that.
I know. You know, it doesn't even matter because I don't have my glasses on anyway to really see the comments.
Well, yeah, I mean, Gina, you usually field the comments, right?
I try to, yeah.
Alright.
But me and her are both, you know, over a certain age, so even with glasses, I still can't see that well.
Alright.
I have trouble with this real small print anymore, but glasses,
Oh,
like
Danny
the doctor said, the
stopped
small
it.
little magnifying glasses
There you go.
would be good, but they're still too strong for me.
Right,
So I'm
right.
kind of in between. So I carry a little
Is
magnifying
this
glass
yours?
with
Is
me.
this yours?
That's what my wife does.
Okay, that's fine. I was gonna get rid of it if it wasn't. All right. Couple minutes.
Yeah, this feels good right here. It's quiet, cool.
Good. Glad you're comfortable.
Yeah, it feels good.
We're gonna play my theme song only because I can.
Did he know that?
Yeah, Gino
Oh, good.
knows. Gino knows it. Yeah.
No, that's good. I am working on something though.
Okay, cool. Couple minutes, guys. Mr. Ken Brady will be in the house next Tuesday. Woohoo! So excited.
You have to hook me up with him. I will wave from Texas.
Oh, wait, let's tell him who you are. Ken, are you out there? Is Ken still out there? Let's see. Yes?
No?
All right.
Okay, keep your phone right here because my phone's almost dead. Oh, it's so hot too.
We'll let him know who you are, and we will hook you guys up together.
Let's look at that.
Cool.
Is it? Okay. I want to watch myself. Hold on. I don't want to.
They're wiping themselves.
Listen, you can put your phone up against your water bottle, and that can be your stand.
It doesn't
But she
fall
wants
over.
it in the middle.
Yeah, I want to
Oh.
see it.
You could do that. Put the water
Okay.
bottle in the middle. There you go.
Just make sure you move the phone when you take a drink of water.
There you go. See?
Engineering the future.
2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes.
There's the engineers with the phone stacked on a water bottle.
I had to tell the rocket scientists over here to use their water bottle as a stand.
That's pretty funny.
Other than that, I don't know how to talk to them.
We'll figure it out. Just try to talk slow, guys, when you talk in the mic, all right? Here's
Okay,
what you-
okay. Very slow.
And be sarcastic. Go really slow.
Really slow.
Okay. 2 minutes, guys. Exciting.
Twinsies. I like that. Sorry.
Wow. So cool.
So is Ken still on? Or no?
Come on, text people.
I don't
No,
see
you-
him right now. Wait.
Trying to tell.
He'll be back, I'm sure.
Okay. If he contacted you, he knows how this works.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Oh, yeah. He was on Tuesday night. He
Oh,
checks me
called
out
in?
a lot. I love him.
Called in?
No,
or
he just typing.
Oh, uh-huh.
So, hey guys out there, I don't have my glasses on, but I want to say hi to everyone out there because I just kind of see, like, letters.
Letters.
Yeah, see?
Oh, you don't know who they are?
I can't see
Oh,
good.
someone said put your glasses on.
Who is that?
Who said that? Marco?
Craig Precott.
Technical. Craig Precott. Of course, Craig. Hi, Craig. Okay.
So 40 seconds, guys?
Yeah.
Good?
Yes.
Hey, Butch Day. Hey, everybody.
We go, Jared.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an Jerry Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
Is really true, is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Jerry Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
All right. Welcome, welcome to Teens with Dreams.
Yay.
Thank you, Jerry, for having
This
me
is
on with
awesome.
you for Marco Panting, Mr. Panting Productions, photo and video. Find Mr. Panting at mrpanting.com, mrpanting.biz, or contact him at 609-271-5446. He is away mentoring other teens and other children as a camp counselor, and I know when he comes back, he's going to be talking all about that experience. So we're really excited that we're keeping the show going for him, and thank you, Marco. Thank you, Jerry,
Yes,
for having us, and you know, this is just awesome.
I just want to introduce Ava because Ava's no stranger to Hamilton Radio. Ava Holly. She's an amazing woman also, and she'll tell you about herself too, because you have to tell everybody who you are.
Okay.
She's interviewed me. She's just a beautiful woman. She's going to be hosting tonight, and I will be co-hosting. So I'm going to give the floor to Ava. We're doing this for Marco, and we'll be doing next month for Marco as well.
Yeah,
Right?
and I know you heard the beautiful intro that Jerry has, but we are working on something
can't
for
wait.
Marco. So I know he usually just comes out with, "Hey guys." So hey guys, did everybody make their bed today?
That's right.
All right.
Tell everyone who you are, really.
Okay, first, I'm Ava Holly. I run an entertainment company for A-Star, and find us 4astar.com, the number 4astar.com. We do all kinds of things around the entertainment industry, and really, that's enough, because it's...
Well, that's not enough.
It is,
No,
it
no,
is.
because listen, you have your moment here on Hamilton Radio to tell everyone who you are. Tell them about your eye bags and all that. Come
All
on.
right. So Marco's involved with our eye bags too. We're trying to make a movement across the country with these empowerment pocketbooks. So they have a positive message on the outside, a positive message on the inside, and then every bag comes with a gift valued at $20 to $50. And each style, and there's 21 different designs, gives back to 21 different charities across the country. And we have some really great groups involved. The Cleveland Clinic, Lou Ruvo Center out of Las Vegas, so that's a part of the Cleveland Clinic. They deal with neuromuscular disorders, which is something you guys might be interested in. Afterwards, we can talk a little about that. We have some local groups involved, Spark, and we're trying to get Spark to come on your show.
Yes.
Suicide Prevention Awareness for Kids. Christina McCaroline, I'll give her a shout out. Her daughter's a talented singer as well, so I want to get them on the show. The National Brain Tumor Society, of course, is near and dear to my heart. And yeah, so that's what we're doing with the bags. So a lot of things going on with 4A-Star. And now that Marco's aboard with Mr. Panting Productions, we've got kind of a lot of stuff in-house through him, through Jerry, through Hamilton Radio, through Women on TV. And there's a lot going on, so real
So
excited about it.
beautiful.
So can we introduce our guests
Go
today?
ahead, girlfriend.
Oh my gosh, we have, usually we have guests that are a little more in the artsy field. We're working on a lot of, as Marco and I and Jerry and a lot of the people we hang with are more in artsy
Yes.
field. We're kind of straying a little bit from that today because we have some beautiful teens with us today. 16-year-old Emily and Emery. Shea, right, is how you pronounce your last name. And we're so excited to have them.
They're
As you can
twins.
tell, they're twins. Twinsies in the house. But we were on our way up here, Jerry. And so we come down Main Street and we pass Allentown Pharmacy, and the girls are asking me, what town is this? I said how quaint it was, and we wanted to walk around here. And they said, oh, we've been here before in the robotics competition.
Can you imagine that, guys?
So, so why don't you guys tell us, tell us your names again, tell us where you go to school, and talk a little bit about this robotics. I'm really interested in it.
Okay. Hi, my name's Emily.
A little
I'm-
closer, sweetie. Yep.
Hi, my name
That's
is
good.
Emily.
Perfect.
I'm a rising senior at the Atlantic County Institute of Technology.
Hi, I'm Emery, and I'm a rising senior at App High School.
So Emily and Emery.
Yes.
That's beautiful. All right, go ahead.
can tell it. Yeah.
So talk a little bit about the robotics. So you said someone had contacted you about the competition?
Yes, one of my friends named Anakin Leatherwood contacted me, like texted me, oh, you might be interested in coming to be part of this competition called the First Tech Challenge. And he invited us to one of the meetings and we went and it was really interesting. And we're still part of it. We're also part of the first,
Robotics challenge. Yeah.
yeah.
So I want to know, we touched on it a little bit about what these robots do. And you said there's some, like you said, even the small ones are kind of 2-3 feet high, correct?
Mhm.
And the large ones are life size?
They're like probably the size of like,
Yeah.
This
They're
table?
this table. Yeah.
Are they as
This-
tall as you?
They
can
can
be.
extend to like
Really?
like 7 feet. Yeah, it's pretty
Really?
tall. Yeah.
And so tell us about basketball and robotics. Weren't you talking about?
basketball. Do you want to talk about it?
Basketball. Okay. So for the first tech challenge, that's what you're talking about, the small robots.
Yes.
We had it was a smaller version of basketball. It was like wiffle balls into a hoop or whatever, and there was other side goals and everything. And it's played like a game. So like that's how it works. And you have to build a robot from scratch. And there's different parts of the team. Like for example, Emily does the business side of the team, and I do programming. And
So
it's-
you're saying they operate like Xbox type? Is that how
Yeah,
you operate
yes,
it? Like,
yeah.
okay.
There's 2 parts. Yeah.
Now they're different from the little things that are getting real popular, the real little ones that people are programming today. That they're like this high.
Oh, the Lego Mindstorms.
Yeah,
ones?
yeah. So that's different, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's actually first is a whole robotics program. So there's like 4 different levels. I think there's FLL and First Tech Challenge, FTC, FRC, First Robotics Challenge, and one of FLL is First Lego League, and they actually do competitions for Lego Mindstorms.
And they do the little robots.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like littler kids. They're like I think goes up to 6th grade or 8th grade or something like that.
So now, did your competition happen already? Did the challenge happen already?
Yes, we're in the off season, but
Yeah.
we're still like meeting every single week.
And then you do it again.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I have a question. So wait. So these robots actually play basketball?
Yeah, they're operated.
I love it.
So there's 2 parts of the challenge. There's the first part, which is the autonomous part, where it's like pre-programmed. We put input into it, and then it's just sensors doing everything. And then there's also the teleop part, which is where you control it hand. Yeah. So they kind of play basketball like manually. Yeah.
Okay, so wait. Talk my language, okay? So you're, programming them and you're working the controls and they actually have a basketball in their hands and throw it?
Not necessarily basketball. The challenge changed every single year. So
Okay.
like, this year it was like they have a theme each year.
Okay.
Across all the competitions. So this year was it was I think it was
Stacking
all-
blocks.
yeah,
onto-
stacking
yeah.
blocks, and there
Ah.
was like giant like seesaw thing, and you had to like rise all the way up and stack it on the thing.
And they did that.
Yes.
That's so
That's
cool.
crazy, isn't it?
Okay,
I
yes.
love stuff like that. I love it.
When can we see this?
I mean, they have a Facebook Live for the whole competition.
Yeah, you said that it's a I wanted to say marketing, but you're looking for people to get involved.
Oh, yeah.
So if somebody wanted to get in contact and get involved, can they contact you guys on Facebook, or you have a place they can go?
You can either message me or email me at emilyhsieh44@gmail.com.
Okay, we'll rattle that off again a little bit later before we close, right?
Yes.
And they can find you on Facebook too,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
All right, and hopefully your friends are watching the show tonight on Facebook. That's kind of cool.
My grandson Christian would probably want to get in touch with you guys. He's 17, and about a year ago, he did an app for a game for Apple.
Mhm.
He would love to talk to you guys about this. This is
It's really cool. It's the
crazy.
first I heard about it. And it just came up in the conversation on the way up here because I was dying to find out. I know, Emily, you're involved in a lot of different things, and I want to hear about some of that. But I know you're both have worked in the past with the Brigantine Aquatic Center, so I want to give a shout out to Sari Carroll, who's one of the coaches there and one of the admins there, and she kind of hooked me up with you guys. Even though we met before, I mean, she got you guys to get in touch and come to the show. So that's kind of cool. And maybe you want to tell us a little bit about the program they're doing called Whalen's Whales. And I know you're involved with it, right,
Yes.
Emily? So tell us a little bit about
Okay,
that.
so Whalen's Whales is a program. Basically, we teach free swim lessons to those underprivileged kids in Atlantic City, and it's hosted at the Martin Luther King Jr.
Elementary
uh,
school.
I think it's elementary school or
Mhm.
a community center or something like that. And it's really cool. The kids are great. They're really
And I
funny.
think you can find Wayland's Wales on Facebook as well. And I know
Yes.
that they're trying to get that started in other communities, so
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of cool. I think the only qualification is that this child has to be on a free lunch program at
Oh,
school,
okay.
and then they can
Free
get the
swim
free
lessons?
swim lessons. It's an 8-week program, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of cool. Do you actually teach the kids?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
both of you, or just you, Emily?
I do.
Yeah, yeah. Are you involved with it at all, Emery? No,
No.
not with that program?
No.
Okay. All right, cool. So tell me some of the other things you're involved in. I'm really interested to talk more about the robotics, but I'd like to hear some more things that you guys are doing.
She has a list.
She has a list.
Yes.
Of course she does.
Of course she does.
That's going to be the new phrase for you. Of
Yeah,
course
of
you do.
course you do.
As we prop the phone up on a water bottle.
Okay, so my activities involve Absagami swimming and diving team. I'm a math club in my school. I'm the secretary of robotics club, and I'm also the secretary of Key Club. I'm involved in FTC robotics team, like I said before. I volunteer at the Brigantine Aquatic Center, and I'm also a part of National Honor Society.
That's kind of cool.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
I
See,
love
that part's
it.
Little
beautiful.
bragging,
That
but-
part, no, you need to
Drum
brag,
roll.
girlfriend. You need to brag. That's beautiful.
And Emery, what's going on with you? I know you're not involved in as much, but you're studying to be a neuroscientist. Is that,
Yeah.
is that your
Hopefully,
goal?
yeah.
Dream career.
That's my dream
Yeah.
career.
So
Yeah.
tell us, what does that entail? What is that?
I mean, it's like the brain and the nervous system, finding more stuff about that. It's a relatively like unknown field. Like there's a lot
Mhm,
of stuff
mhm.
to like know more about, and I just want to be part of that. Yeah.
That's cool. So I'll have to hook you up with my contact at the Lou Ruvo Center, because that's all they do is neurological disorders. And they're going to be one of the charities we give back to with our bags. So it's really cool because they deal with ALS, Parkinson's, all kinds of things that involves the brain. I know you had a
Alzheimer's.
family tragedy with the brain, and so did I. So yeah, crazy,
So did
small
I.
world.
I have a question for you. Is that what made you want to get involved with this?
Yeah. Well, both my parents had like brain disorders. My mom has bipolar disorder, and my dad died of a brain tumor.
Okay. Sorry to hear that, sweetie.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
what
so
I lost my
yeah.
mom too, our mom.
My
my
dad
sister.
passed away a year ago of Alzheimer's, so I'm really
Mhm.
interested in
Mhm.
everything that you're talking about. You know, wow.
Yeah. So what other volunteer organizations do you work with? I know you're working with the Brigantine Aquatic Center, right? Is there some other groups that you're working with, or just mainly that and the robotics and?
She also does the autistic. We teach lessons to autistic kids for free. Is that the?
Oh yeah, Faces for Autism. We
Yeah.
And that's the aquatic center's doing that also,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little closer.
Oh,
Now talk
sorry.
about that, the autism.
We basically teach kids with that are on the autistic spectrum.
Yeah.
Yes,
Autism
that's
So- so
correct.
it's called,
yeah.
yeah. And they're really nice kids. They just might need a little more repeating like instructions and stuff, but they're really great kids. And yeah.
I know there's so many variations of autism
Mhm.
today. You know, it's kind of interesting how they call it the spectrum, because there's just so much is very high functional, you know, to all the way down to, you know, whatever, low functional. But I know there's this few groups out there. I give a shout out to Cindy Furch of Shore Local Magazine with Heart of Surfing. There's the Morgan Marie Mike Foundation, which is headed by Alyssa Lego, who was a guest here a couple times, and she'll be back again in August. And then, of course, there's Faces that the girls are involved with. So there's a lot of autism things and awareness going on around town. So, Jerry, let's go back to robotics. I'm kind of interested in the
I'm
robotics.
like staring at these two young ladies.
16
and
years old, can you believe it?
So much stuff is going on in my mind. You know, I mean, how many
We even got Gino laughing.
how many 16-year-olds do we know that want to do what they want to do?
Mhm.
You know, I mean, it's just amazing.
It's mind-boggling.
Listen, man, it's amazing, and I'm looking at you guys with such admiration, and I think you guys are amazing.
And Marco's
Thank
going to
you.
love you guys. I'm sure he's going to want you to come back this winter and come back on the show when he's here, because I'm sure he has questions and things that he'd like to talk to you about as well.
I need to ask you guys, like, what do you do for fun?
Oh, I asked him that
What do
already.
you do, what do, you do
Yeah.
for fun?
You can go first. Good.
I like reading.
Oh, that's so much fun.
It is.
But
I
you
also-
swim, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
I like watching YouTube videos.
Okay.
Yeah. I also read for, a lot, and then I watch movies for fun, and
What kind of movies do you like?
I don't know. I'm just trying
Disney is the
to. Yeah,
greatest.
I like Disney movies. I like
Oh,
the
Disney's cool.
Marvel movies and
Uh-huh.
all those superhero.
What's your favorite Disney movie?
Disney movie.
Put you on the spot.
Oh, that's
Mulan, probably.
Mulan?
Yeah.
Mulan's
Probably
cool.
movie, Yeah.
Probably Lion King.
Lion King.
Yeah.
I like that one too. Did you see? I just drew a blank on the name of it. The newest one that was Moana. Do you see Moana?
No, we didn't.
did
Oh,
not.
you gotta see Moana. That's one
Yeah.
of the best ones. Loved
Yeah.
Moana. And are you into the horror movies at all? I know that's like the number one
Yeah, I don't like
genre. I don't like it either, but I
Yeah.
mean some of the stuff I can watch, but
You like it?
It's too scary. I
too
can't.
scary,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, yeah. You got to check out Moana and let me know how you like it because that's a great Disney movie.
So, what kind of grades do you guys get in school? I know you're on the honors. What kind of grades do you get?
I'm also on the National Honor Society, and I mean,
Of course she is.
Say it, girlfriend.
yeah, and then
AP classes, am I right?
yeah, I get mostly A's. I try to get all A's, and then some B's. I'm okay with B's though.
I was
wasn't
going to
okay.
ask that. I was going to say, what happens when you get a B? How do you feel?
Yeah.
Do you fall off the chair? Or get a B,
Heartbroken.
right?
Yeah.
I know. I used to feel like that though. I didn't want to get B's either.
I didn't care. Listen, I didn't care if I got C's. It didn't matter. That's so cute. All I cared about.
I mean, we accepted it, you
No,
know.
no, I was different because all I cared about was getting my A pluses in art and
Yeah,
English. That's
there
all I
you
cared
go.
about. I'm a writer and I'm an artist. That's all I cared about. But you guys, I can't imagine you getting like a C.
Do you do you do the programming for the robotics? Do you do a lot of writing as well, or is it mostly hands-on stuff?
It's writing. I do. I did the autonomous mostly this year. It's the one with sensors and only output, not
Okay.
like hand. And then I also do a lot of the testing because there's only 2 programmers on the team, so just me and him. And yeah, he does all the tally up because he's like higher up than me. Yeah. So
Do either one of you do much writing? Because I know Jerry and I both love to write. Do you write
Yeah.
too?
Emily does a lot of business sides. She does the notebook and
Yeah.
because
So we have to record everything we do, all the the measurements, all the little testing.
Yeah, I don't know what you just said.
Oh my gosh.
I know what you said. Listen, I'm just being funny. Because listening to you guys, it's cracking me up here.
I know it's great.
You know?
It's not often you find people your age that are into what you do. How many people are in the robotics challenge? Like in that whole competition thing? Are there a lot
There's
of kids?
a lot. It's a
Really?
global network.
Yeah.
And are they
there's
mostly your ages?
mostly
Yeah.
yeah
Mm-hmm.
high school.
So you have a cult? Is it a cult?
Kind of. They have like when I got into it, I didn't understand any of their jokes, and I feel like kind of like and it's so that and now that I've been here for like 3 years, it's kind of
Wait,
like,
tell us a robot joke.
Okay, there's this big joke going on like since the beginning of time, like builders do not get programming, and they always like, it's the programmer's fault.
It's not that funny.
Yeah, it's not that funny, but I don't know. It is funny for this. I don't know.
But okay, so but if you guys are in that field, it would be hysterical. Probably, you guys all crack up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see all the
Yes.
robotics people out there right now shaking
You
their
know?
heads.
They have great memes.
Yeah. Reddit.
Like the robots? Well, who has great names?
Never mind. It's fine. I don't know. Explain it. It's fine.
Okay.
Wanna explain it?
Do the robots have names?
Some people name their robots. What
What would they call them if they didn't name them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where was ours this year? It was like a funny movie. I don't know. Never mind.
Do you know that one movie that the thing goes like that? I don't know.
It's like a monster in the woods. I don't know what that movie. It's an old movie.
An old movie, Monster in the Woods.
It's like
Oh, I don't know.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it.
Yeah.
Do you
what's
know
that?
what it was?
Does
Oh.
anyone out there know that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger
Schwarzenegger.
with something in the woods going like
Oh,
this?
not,
Yeah,
what's
Space.
the name? The main
He's
movie
like,
that
"Get
he
to the
does.
chopper." I don't know.
Oh, stop. That's bad.
Oh yeah, that's his famous line. He
Yeah,
even says that
yeah.
in some other movies.
Let me look this up.
It's oh, what's the Arnold movie?
I want to
The
give a
main
shout
movie.
out to Anne-Marie Paterno.
Hey, hey.
Sweetheart,
Hey, sweetheart. Paterno. How do you say her name?
Anne-Marie Pacerno.
Okay, there you go. Hello,
All right.
girlfriend. Tell everyone who she is, Gino.
Predator.
Here.
It's called The
Yep.
Predator.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's not the
Go
movie I
ahead.
was thinking of.
Anne-Marie is
Listen, who's watching you,
a
ladies?
Nashville music artist that actually co-wrote a song
That's
with me
right.
called Bonfire that's up for awards.
And she's watching
Oh,
you
yeah,
right
that's
now.
She's a
Hi.
sweetheart. She's
That's
a
right.
wonderful person.
I voted on that.
Yes.
You
Thank
sent
you.
that
Thanks
out?
for
Yes.
watching.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome.
Yep.
So I'm really intrigued by the whole robotics thing.
Anne-Marie, would you like a robot? Because if you do listen or want to get involved, get in touch with these young ladies.
All I can think about is Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Can you make one that looks
Do you
like
remember
Elvis?
that?
Wait, can you make one that looks like Elvis?
I guess you could.
Because I need to talk to you about that if
Yeah,
you
that'd
can.
be cool. But here I'm thinking about, remember the Rock'em Sock'em Robots? And they're just little things and they're knocking
I
each
had
other's
that.
block off. Now they're playing basketball.
Oh my gosh. Well, Elvis, honey.
Oh my gosh. So the movie Predator. So get back to that. So what were you saying about that?
Oh,
About
it's just modeled after that.
it's
Yeah.
modeled. Okay, I
wasn't
got it.
That's the name. So
Yeah.
you talk about
Okay.
names.
Uh-huh.
Because it goes like this and it clamps on stuff. I
That's
don't
one of
know.
the robots. We can make that look like Elvis if you want.
I gotta see this.
It's one of our off-season projects.
We'll have
we're
to get a
making.
picture of it and put it up
Yeah,
later.
We use it
That-
for
that's
outreach
kinda
events.
cool.
We gotta make this look like Elvis. Here.
I saw that baby picture of Elvis floating around again. That was great. So girls, so talk to me about what your life's going to look like in a couple of years. What do you see yourself doing after school? What colleges are you looking at?
It's a big question.
Yeah.
Since this is our like rising senior year, we are thinking a lot about that. We are visiting a lot of colleges. I'm thinking about UPenn
Mm-hmm.
and my like high reach school is Princeton.
Okay, that's where my
Uh,
husband went. So it's a nice area there. You should definitely go get the tours.
It's 20 minutes from here, guys.
Yeah, you should go get the tours. Take the tours as soon as you can, and see what you like. And what about you, Emery? Where are you looking?
My dream school is Johns Hopkins
Okay.
University. Yeah. And then also UPenn. They have a really good program there. And yeah, I just look more and research more this summer.
Cool. So Jerry, what else you want to ask them? I want to know more things. They're sweet girls, and I really want to know more things. I asked them at the where we were before we came here. I asked them what was that bug that got them involved in this area, and they don't know.
You don't know? So let's give a shout out to where you guys were, because this is pretty cool. So, of course, they ate at Papa's Tomato Pies in Robbinsville.
Okay, good.
And it's the oldest tomato pie place in the country, guys. And these young ladies got an opportunity in there today.
And the pizza was fabulous, right?
Yes, it was great.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
So, okay, so I want to go back a couple years. Okay? A couple years when you were younger. And
Younger than 16.
you know, I mean, like, that's why it's hard to say, because when you were more of a child, let's say. So, did you play with Barbie dolls? Like, did you do normal little kid things? Like, what were you guys like at say 10 years old? What were your favorite games? What did you?
Kickball outside,
did you do?
10 years old, I think we were playing soccer. And I guess when we were like younger than that, we would play like Legos, like
Yeah.
wooden
Okay.
blocks. Yeah.
Okay.
I loved Legos. Legos were the best.
Yeah.
So that might have gotten you started in the whole
Yeah, maybe.
thing.
So, but when was the transition? Like, when did you go from being a child, because you're still young to me, of course, but when did you go from being this child to, I want to be a rocket scientist? And I know I say that loosely, but I just think it's great. Like, when did you, what was the transition for you guys? Was it something different for both of you?
I think it was different for both of us because we want to do different fields.
Okay.
So I guess from when I went to like high school, I had like a lot of good mentors for robotics and lots of
Okay.
good mentors from my teachers at ACIT
Okay.
because they're very close and personal to you. And I guess like the math teacher and the science teacher, they like helped me find what I wanted to do, and it was really like that's when I wanted to like I realized I wanted to do like more, you know.
Okay. So they guided you,
Yeah.
or just brought it out in you?
both. Yeah.
Both?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't think your goals and fields are that far off.
Not that
They're
far off,
different,
yeah.
but they're not totally
Yeah.
different. I mean, you're still in the
Right.
same kind of general
Right.
area. And let me tell you, ACIT is no joke. There's so many cool trade schools out. I mean, nothing against the public schools because
Yeah.
they're all
Yes.
good. But I mean, ACIT is really tough to get into. You have to have really good recommendations, qualifications. And look where Marco went, Charter Tech. You have to be really qualified to get in there too. And it's more on the artsy side. But ACIT is more engineering, right? Engineering, and I think
It's a
they do
technical
Yeah.
technical.
professional.
Technical.
Yeah, just engineering. There's like arts programs.
There is
yeah.
arts programs, but they're different than Charter Tech. I mean, they have some artsy type
Yes.
programs there. Yeah.
So
So
what about you, girlfriend? So when was that transition for you?
I
And how did
think,
it occur?
think it was from when I went to middle school to high school. ACIT helped me a lot. They brought a lot of like career options to my like. They introduced me to a lot of things that I could do. We have a robotics program, and I'm part of the Math, Engineering, and Science Academy.
Yeah.
And they introduced me to a lot of career opportunities, like with robotics and a lot of other stuff, because I want to go into the biomedical engineering program.
So Emily said something very interesting, which is why we have this show. They introduced her to these things. So for those of you listening out there that might think, this isn't for me, I could never do anything like that.
Okay.
That's not true, because you need to try different things until you find something that fits and something that you love. And what's the famous saying? If you find something you love to do, you'll never work a
That's
day in your
right.
life.
And that's so true.
So, that's really great that they introduced you to this stuff, and it's something that you just love. I'm assuming you love it, right? This is what you want to
Yeah.
do, right? So, I would love to see some of this robotic stuff in action. I really would. That sounds really cool.
It's crazy.
Come out to a meet.
Wait,
Yeah.
you have to keep us informed on
Yes.
what's going on, because we can certainly, I'm sure Marco would have no problem promoting the
That would be
meet and what's
amazing.
going on
That would be
when
amazing.
they have things coming up. So.
I'll even promote it. If you get in touch, give Ava your information, right? We'll put it all through Hamilton Radio. No problem there.
Thank you.
I mean,
Yeah, that'd
that's
be
just
awesome.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I
So-
love it. I can't wait.
You guys are extremely left-brained.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what it means. Yeah.
You're asking them? Come on.
Well, look, they do have their phone propped up on a water bottle, so
Then that means they're extremely left-brained. Listen, so wait, okay, so Einstein, let's talk about him a minute. So he was from Princeton, lived in Princeton, I should say, and they now have the house that he's in, so you guys might want to take a little tour of it. So you could just drive by. If you put in, I can even get the address for you because I've taken some friends from Australia there. So anyway, rumor has it, and this is a really cool little story because he was one of the most brilliant men in the world, right, at the time. So rumor has it that the homes all had the same exterior and same color doors, and he couldn't find his way home. He never could remember what his house was, so they had to do this clause at the time to allow him to paint the door a different color. And if you go, you'll see it on the door. And now
That's
it's
pretty
for
interesting.
people to drive
That's
by
cool.
and check it out, and it's Einstein's house. So I thought that was pretty cool too. But so what grades? Oh wait, I have a question about your family, your parents. Okay, so when you guys were younger and in school, were you told you had to get A's?
No, my
Okay.
mom always encouraged us to do what we want, and
Oh.
she does encourage good grades, but
Oh.
she doesn't yell at us if we get a B or a C.
Oh, okay.
That's beautiful. I love it.
No, I love that then. Okay. So you guys just did this on your own.
I think it's tougher for people where their families are more strict about it. I mean, nothing against that. I mean, everybody can
Yes,
believe the way they want to
yeah.
believe. But I think it's tougher if you're forced in some
Yes.
way to do that. When you're given the freedom to choose what you want to do and with
do
certain
that.
guidelines, you're much happier all around, and that
Yeah.
makes happiness creates endorphins, and it makes everybody happy, and you get good grades.
Do you guys date? Do you have boyfriends?
No.
Are you not allowed?
No.
No, we just never talked to my mom about it. I don't know if we're allowed, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are the things that you do? Like you mentioned a few different things that you're involved in. What's your, so for National Honor Society, and you're both part of that, right? And at two different schools. So what's your requirements there? What do you do there?
Well, first of all, you can't get into too much trouble because like they'll, like expel you or whatever, and you have to have 40 hours of volunteer work and keep good grades. I don't know the
Yeah, there's a GPA requirement.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's usually what it is. I just
Yeah.
wanted to hear it from you guys.
40 hours for the year.
yeah for me, and then I think it's 20 year.
It's 20 during the year and 40 for during the summer vacation.
So tell us about that. So what kind of things have you guys done?
You can talk first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I volunteer with the Wales program,
Mm-hmm.
and I also volunteer. I used to volunteer at the library and at the hospital.
Okay.
This year, I'm just trying to take it chill and figure out when I want to go to college. And I also volunteer at the with Tea Club and with at the food banks and
Yeah, Marco's really big into the food banks too. Do you work with the community food bank? The one near
Sometimes,
one on
yeah.
Black Horse Pike? Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I like that. Cool. So so this summer you said you're gonna be looking into colleges. So where are you planning on spending most of your volunteer hours this summer? Are you going to I know you're doing the Wales thing, right? That's an 8-week program. And then what else? What else are you gonna do in the community this summer? Have you thought about it yet?
not really, but think volunteer more at the pool maybe.
Yeah, the pool. Yeah,
I
that's
like
kind
it
of fun.
there.
Well, good. I'm glad. It's a nice environment. It's great. It's great for kids. Emery, what about you?
For volunteering, this summer I'm gonna teach programming classes at robotics. So to younger people that just sign up in the community, that's gonna be fun.
Younger than 16?
Yeah, younger than 16. They're I think 10 or something, 12.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
gosh.
Yeah.
Who's that? Isn't there a national chess player that's 10 years old? Something like that? I'm thinking there's you know what I'm talking about, right, Gino? Like a young kid that's a national chess player. He's 10 years old or 12 years old or something like that. Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, so that age group, right? 10, 11, 12,
Yeah.
getting them involved.
I
Wow.
have a 8-year-old chess whiz coming on my show this month. Okay? He's unbelievable. And I'm a chess player and I'm afraid to play him.
Oh my gosh.
Okay?
All right, so speaking of that, what do you guys do? You both look like you're really in shape.
Well, wait. Do you
Do you
guys play
swim?
chess? Wait, hold on one
Wait.
second. Do you guys play chess?
We know how to play chess.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I don't, yeah, my mom taught me, but I don't know, I'm not very good. I mean,
I can
Against
play
each
too,
other.
but I'm not very good either.
I mean,
Yeah.
I beat Emery, but I don't know what that means. So
yeah, okay.
You
probably
guys-
really bad compared
You
to
guys
him.
could be amazing if you just put your mind to it. Okay.
So now on not so much the technical side, what do you guys do to stay in shape? Because you look like you're really in good shape. Is it only swimming? Do you do other activities where it's more physical?
Other than the swimming, we go on our daily walks in the
Yeah.
morning.
That's good.
Yeah.
We just talk about different stuff. It's a good
So you walk every morning, right?
Yes.
morning.
So
Sometimes nighttime, yeah.
so you got to get up, starting your day, making your bed, and then walking.
Great way to start your morning.
Yeah.
No, I like it because I wanted to get around to the hot dog eating contest and how that is a physical challenge. I was asking them if they watched it, and it's a physical, they have to train their bodies.
Yeah,
I
it's
said, who
gross.
wakes up and says, I want to be a professional eater? And they have to train their bodies to do that. So I was talking to the girls about that. So I was just wondering, what you guys did to stay in shape. So mostly swimming, huh?
Yeah. We go with other friends, play badminton, tennis, and different stuff for fun.
okay.
So you said you liked soccer, right? So that
We
that
used
kind
to
of
play soccer, yeah.
You don't like it anymore?
I mean, it was fun. We weren't that good, so we don't play for a competition team.
But you're
It's
good at
fun.
swimming, I know, because you've helped out with the team and all. You've even taught some swimmers, right? For Miss Robin
good,
and Miss
Yeah,
Sarah,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
and
Mhm.
Coach Bree. Cool.
Do you guys have a sense of humor? Are you guys sarcastic at all?
Sometimes. I mean, I don't like being sarcastic with other people because I feel like I'm they'll get offended by accident or something, you know. But like with friends,
Well, it depends if you're joking or not, you know? I
Yeah.
mean,
it depends on the person.
yeah.
Yeah, I have no boundaries.
Yeah, we know. We love you, Cherry Petito. All right, what else? I'm trying to think. I'm really into the robot thing.
Gino, do you have any questions for these young ladies about the robots?
I don't know too much about them.
I know.
I would like to. I wouldn't mind learning more about that whole thing because that was really an eye opener for me when they said they were in competitions. I mean, I know that the robotics and things like that exist. When I think robotics, I'm thinking the $6 Million Man and, you know, arms and legs stuff. I'm not thinking of robots,
No,
you know,
I like-
actual robots.
I watched a couple times the robots that face one another with trying to hurt one another to put each one out. They have a team of
BattleBots?
BattleBots.
Yeah.
They have team players and you know
But those are
it's-
the little ones, right? That's the ones I think I
Yeah.
was thinking of.
But
yeah,
they're
the
really
little ones, and they do all kinds of weird things. But it's really cool when you see it happen. You know, it's only a robot. You're only controlling it. The remote can go bad. Anything can happen.
There's a show on Sunday mornings called Your Business. I don't know if you ever get a chance to watch it. I think it's on one of the CSNBC or something like that, MSNBC, or one of those. But they had the guy was talking about. That's where I heard about the little games that you're talking about, Gino, where they can actually take those little robots and program them ahead of time, which is what you do, right? And then they, you know, they all have their different. You can make it very personal, from what I understand, to your robot.
So, this is like what I would do. Listen,
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
listen, I would have some fun with programming this robot, listen, without anybody else knowing what I'm programming it to do. Like, I mean, I would mess with the robot so that, you know, they think that this robot's going to do this, but really this robot's going to do this. Like, can't you do that? That would be hysterical.
It would. I mean,
The whole team will be mad at you for
Yeah,
losing points,
so-
but
yeah,
Yeah, but
Well,
you
it'd
can
have to be
pretend.
team
oh,
effort.
No. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that.
I would never do that. That's like, oh my god.
Of course you wouldn't.
Yeah, because each competition is very important because the end goal is worlds. So we all want to
Worlds?
Yeah, we call it's like the world's championship.
Yeah, I know what you
Yeah,
mean, but I'm like, there's a world competition?
Yeah, like
I mean, I know there's a national bed making competition. We gotta get Marco involved in that one.
There's
They-
a national.
yes, they actually used to televise it, but like you could make a bed in like 30 seconds.
Are
or
these
something.
people that bored?
I'm saying that, but there's probably a competition for everything. But I didn't think they were like as far as worlds for the
I'm
robots.
not putting down bowlers, but I
That-
could never watch bowling or golf because of
Yeah.
that. Because it was very, very. I'm sorry. Just walking towards is boring to me.
No, that's why there's a niche.
And
for
making a
everybody.
bed is probably.
I mean, can you? Who that? Listen, I agree.
Oh,
sir.
God,
I agree. Okay,
I don't know.
we're gonna watch people make their bed.
Make a bed
Make a bed, please.
in 30 seconds or less.
So listen,
No.
but don't you ever have that opportunity, like when maybe it's rehearsal and it's not really like for the competition? Can't you make like the robot do jumping jacks or something?
I mean, they're like pretty boxy and like they're on wheels.
All right, so
You
what
can't
do
really
they do? Tell us something the robot does.
There's lots of parts of the competition. So like
Right.
this year, you had like put an arm down and hit a ball off. Yeah, and then go up. So that was.
All right, so listen. All right, so you have the box, and then an arm is attached to the box.
Yeah, you can.
could be, yeah.
Yeah, there's no like instructions. You just like there's parts of the competition. You get a point, like some points for knocking off the right ball according to what color it is, and so you have to just come up with ideas and figure out how to do that and different. And like when you go to scrimmages and meets, you see different ideas and you like kind of bounce them off. And
So does the robot have two arms?
It could have two
It
arms.
could have two
Ours
arms, yeah.
has one arm, but
So this is what I would
Wait,
do.
it has,
Listen.
yeah. It has two arms. It has like this, yeah.
So yeah, so you have two arms, right? So you get the one arm and you do what you're supposed to do with it and hit the ball, and then if it does it, have the other arm smack it like woo, and then have like voice, like have like a
I
sound
was
box.
thinking about that.
Right?
Like, you know,
I
have like a
mean,
where.
Yes. I mean, they would love it. I don't think anyone would be offended or that would knock any points. You'd probably freaking win if you incorporated something like that.
Could program the Jeopardy theme
I'm
in there.
being serious.
Yeah, you know what's funny? You know what's funny is if you actually come up with a robot, you can do one Jerry Petito, right? And right, and then you could have
Might
all
give
the
you
logos
permission.
on it, right? I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do with a robot that you can't do, with regular. I mean, advertise a lot of people.
So cool.
That is cool. I like it. How many would you say are involved? You said there's lots. What do you mean when you say lots?
Like all over the world, like probably a million. I don't know, but
There's probably millions.
There's a lot of people.
yeah.
How many come to your competition that you do here? And is it in the summer? Is it in the winter?
It's fall through winter, and if you keep like
It's
you know
basically
doing
the school
qualifiers-
season, like
Yeah.
Okay.
School, yeah.
Okay, so a lot of schools are involved. And how many people are on a team? Like you said, you have a team. So
So
how many people roughly?
For
are in-
FTC, there's I think
Limit
there's a 15 people cap, and then
Okay.
for FRC, there's like a 40 people
100
cap.
There's a team with 100 people. It's crazy. Yeah, but it's
Guess
40.
it's 100.
And do they compete? Do they all compete at the same level, or if there's a team with like 100, are they competing with a team that has
Yes.
15?
Yes.
It
Like,
doesn't matter, right?
We did our rookie year this year for FRC,
Yeah.
and we had 4 people, and we were competing with other teams that
Right.
had like close to 100.
Yeah. So I mean, it's all gracious professionalism. We all help each other. So it's all like learning stuff, and we're all like the same age. So it's like really good.
So now, with you being a programmer, do you still get to do other stuff, like actually compete with the robots? I mean, you the one
I
that.
was the drive coach this year. I was like, there's 2 drivers and 1 drive coach, and the coach is like helping with strategy, like looking at without like operating. And yeah, there's different stuff. You can do more than 2 things, more than 1 thing on the team, and yeah.
I'm thinking of like roller derby with the jammers, having them in robots.
Listen, man, I'm not being funny here. I'm being serious here. Just imagine this. You guys are in competition, right? And everybody's got their robot hitting the left arm with a ball. If you guys, you and your team, came up with something unbelievably like smart and different and crazy, but make it work, you guys could go right.
Yeah, so you got to have a creative person on your team to
Yes.
come up
You
with
guys
that.
could
I mean,
go.
I don't know if you
I
do,
mean,
but you have to have
the
that.
sky's the limit, man,
Yeah.
with what you can do.
Yes.
What's the main goal for the competition? What do you do when you compete, and then what do you do? Like you say, you want to get to Worlds, so what do you do there?
At Worlds, you want to win Worlds, of course, yeah. But there's different awards you can win at different competitions, and I think the Inspire Award is like the best award there. It's
So what's that?
it's you get an award for like inspiring other teams and in your community and like inside your team. Like
You have to be a
having-
well-rounded team. Like go out and have outreaches in your community and have a good business notebook. You gotta have
good.
a good relationship with like your alliances and other teams.
Yeah, we
and-
usually try to go for the Inspire Award, and actually Emily she's head of the business team there. Like she's the only person right now.
Of
but
course
she's-
she is.
Yeah, and she's trying to do more social media outreach and stuff like YouTube. We're gonna have a YouTube channel, so shout out for that.
Yeah, cool. What's it? Do you have it set up yet?
No,
Not
we
yet,
don't.
but it's gonna be this summer, hopefully.
Specifically for the
robotics
for the
team.
robotics.
Yes.
That's interesting. So you're really into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like it. I can't wait for the season to get started now. You've got me inspired. I want to go see robots. Let's go see some robots.
Cool. I mean, this is just so cool, right?
Will you go, Jerry, with me to
Heck
one of the
yeah.
competitions?
Heck
Does the
yeah.
public go?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
free to go. Mostly,
Not-
yeah. It's,
Not to get too technical, but for the people out there who want to know about robots, is there still a mainframe? There's still like an ECU in there involved and sensors
yes,
Yeah.
ECU.
and wires and all that. Could you explain a little bit about it so people can understand the workup of it, if you can, please?
Okay, so for mostly the electrical people and the building people do this, but I know that for ICU, the sensor, I know that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we have sensors, different sensors, and we work off a expansion hub. That's, the main frame pretty much, and different wires. We have to keep it very organized, or like it goes really wrong. Like if one wire gets yanked off, then it's like the whole robot probably like
And if it
fails.
shorts, the robot could catch on fire.
Yeah,
so-
and then it would just stop. Like the program, if one part's not working, then the robot just stops or it doesn't like work at all. It's pretty bad. But yeah, what else do you want me to explain? Like sensors and stuff?
Well, explain what each one,
Yeah.
like there's temperature sensors
sensors.
and different things. Just try to go through a little
color
bit about.
sensors, the balancing one.
Yeah.
We don't really use temperature sensors, but temperature sensors.
Well, how about weight sensors, but balance stuff?
We use a gyro, a balancing sensor. Yeah. We use gyros to balance our robot, making sure it goes straight. So it calibrates every single like minute or whatever, second, like really not smaller than a second, but
Nanosecond.
yeah. It goes to make it go really straight or turn really accurately. And we also use color sensors, as we said, like the ball goes down, the arm goes down, it hits the right ball, and that's all programming. And then, what else?
Distance sensor.
Distance sensor. We use a distance range sensor, and we also use an optical distance sensor. And that we can use so the whole competition is like no instruction, so you just have to figure out what sensor to use for different autonomous goals. So we used this year was a really innovative and I don't think anyone else used it, was a range sensor to keep strafing or moving sideways based on the range from the wall that we were facing on the left, and that was pretty cool. What else?
So I have a question for you. So being 16, you might have a different thought than I do on this. But it sounds to me like, even though this is a lot of fun and it's very technical and you like that, but it sounds like it's a precursor to robotics being those arms, legs, eyes, how they can move, and how this is like, when you advance at this stage in the fun part, you now have intel, so to say, to create things that actually work in the human body.
Yes.
So that's kind of my take on it. I mean, do you think that's where these, things are going, and you're taking lots of notes and how things move? And, I know they have robotics for arms and legs and eyes and things now, but I mean, I'm sure they would like to get them to work better and,
Yes.
move
That's
forward.
the whole competition. You're trying to inspire teenagers to do more stuff out of their comfort zone and learn things that they wouldn't learn at school or whatever. And you can take anything out of the competition. Like Emily is about she wants to do biomedical engineering, so she can take what you said about the arms and legs and everything. But then also there's a business side. You can take people who want to do business and people who want to do video editing. There's also a side for that, and programming and computer
Oh, Marco
science.
would like that.
Yeah,
Video editing,
we're actually
right?
trying to get more video editors on our team because we're starting a YouTube channel. So yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we got to get Marco involved in the. He would love this. I think he would love this. Wouldn't you love it, Marco? Yeah, we'll say yes. For
Have you guys met Marco?
No.
He actually came and volunteered at a couple of the meets they were in, and also did some videotaping at some of the competitions. But they were, I know the one meet he was at, they were out in another area, and we were working on the outside. That was when he's actually just volunteering at. So they didn't really he didn't meet a lot of the swimmers or anything, or the other volunteers. So you guys got to get to meet, because I think
Yep.
he would be really
He'll
interested
definitely want you guys back.
yeah,
that's
he'll
for
want you
sure.
back for sure, and I know he'll be interested in getting involved in some way with what you're doing. So, cool. What else? Anybody else have any questions for them? I'm thinking. I mean, I really got stuck on the robotics thing, and I just loved it. It just kind of came up in short conversation. Yeah. So, where is your competition this year? Where do you practice? Where do you go? I mean, you said it's around here, right?
Yeah, it's Egg Harbor Township.
Oh.
Oh, that's by us. But
Yeah.
what do you do up in this area?
Oh no, we do different
Different
competitions.
Competitions up here.
There's-
So where do they usually hold those types of things? Schools or
Yeah, schools,
churches?
Yeah.
What schools?
There's Yale High School. There's a bunch of other high schools. I don't know the
Okay.
names. Yeah.
Hmm.
All over New Jersey. There's a South Jersey section, and then after you qualify for South Jersey, you qualify for the New Jersey qualifier. You go to the New Jersey qualifiers in North Jersey, and we go all around. If you're you can go to different states like New York and Maryland to qualify for those, and then after that you go for regionals, and that's Maryland, I think.
And you do that as a team?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us again how somebody could find them on. Can they find this competition on Facebook?
It's online too. It's they have a whole website. It's a pretty big competition.
So what's the website?
First I spelled it wrong.
F-I-R-S-T.
FIRST. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's just called First. First
Yeah,
what?
First robotics. You just look that
First
up.
robotics.
Yeah.
Yes, just Google it.
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
robotics. Oh, that's pretty
I don't know
interesting.
the website.
That's funny because that's the name of my foundation that links with the National Brain Tumor Society. It's First.
So
And that's
I want to
pretty
give
funny.
a shout out to someone else that's watching your show, Ralph Ippolito. So
Oh, yeah.
he's a voice impersonator.
Hi, Ralph.
Ralph, if you want to call in and do something for the ladies that they would
Ooh,
understand,
yeah.
they're only 16. Feel free.
Is that like giving them a warning? What?
No. I mean, someone they would know. Do you know what I mean? If you want, Ralphie boy, call in. Disney, do you know any Disney? They love Disney.
I had a question for you. Do you find now that there's a lot more people joining your organization based on the fact that they thought it was like robotics was way too much for them, and now they're just absorbing it and getting more involved through maybe smartphones and stuff like that, or nobody's getting involved?
Yeah, I feel like more people are going to joining because of that, because we try to do as much community outreach as we can, and we go to like National Night Out, and we try to do as much outreach as we can. With
What do you
that.
do at National Night Out?
We're going to Molokai, we're going to Egg Harbor Township.
And would you do an exhibition? What do you do?
Oh, we just have a booth.
We
You have a booth.
we have
Okay, got it.
We actually put like robots on display, and yeah,
That's
and
kinda
the robot we
cool.
showed you with the person, what I like to do, because I don't do much after I figure out everything, like with the programming and everything, I just like sit behind the booth, and I make it go still, and then people like go up to it, and then I like jolt it forward and scare them.
Yeah,
That's,
she
like,
hides
my
under a
favorite thing to
table and
do.
remotes
Oh,
it.
see, I
Yeah.
like that. She
Love
has a
it.
little sarcasm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to get them to have a table at our dance-a-thon. Get the robots to dance
Why
for,
didn't
for
you
brain-
bring a
for brain cancer.
robot?
Now, do you keep making new robots, or do you guys like, I'll make this one, that's it, and then you don't make any for a long time? How's it work? Do you like just try to keep improving, getting bigger, doing more
So,
things?
Every single season we have a new robot. It's like one of the rules, you can't have your old robot and like upgrade it. But during the season we always upgrade and add parts or
Yeah,
remove
and
parts
there's different competitions each year, so you probably want a new robot, and
to complete the challenge.
yeah, but we don't like. The parts are like really expensive, so we take our robots apart sometimes, and we try to keep them if they get to like worlds and stuff. But yeah, if we really like them,
What do you have
But-
to make it to Worlds? What do you have to have? Like so many wins behind you? So
you
many.
have okay, FRC is really complicated, but I can explain FTC. FTC is like you qualify. Yeah, you go to a qualifier, you qualify for states. After states, you qualify for regionals. Then after regionals, you qualify for worlds.
And so how do you qualify? By a certain amount of wins?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
wins, yeah. And then the Inspire award gives you there, and the runner-up gets
It's very
there.
complicated.
What are some
Yeah.
of the other types of awards that somebody could win?
There's a lot of awards, but only some awards can get you
Count towards
advanced.
that?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I think there's an Inspire where there's the
Control award.
control awards, like programming and the robot and everything, and then I don't know.
There's
we
the
focus on
Spirit
that.
Award.
The Spirit Award doesn't give you like advanced points, but there's a Spirit Award. I mean,
What's the
yeah.
Spirit Award?
It's like if you demonstrate team spirit and like get everyone up. It's like at the smaller competition, there's only like one team that like does stuff, and they usually like just dance in the corner, and it's like they win it, and yeah.
Oh,
But like at
okay.
bigger competitions, yeah, at bigger competitions, it's more like established, and the Spirit Award gets the teams that like hands out flyers and they talk to people. That's really good.
Cheer the loudest.
Yeah.
So I know we've been talking a lot about the robotics and stuff. Other than the other things that you do, is that, I mean, it seems like that's your kind of your main thing. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
to be involved and to advance you in all the things that you want to do is by working in this competition series.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of cool. What do you think, Chair?
I think it's incredible. So, all right, I have some questions about the robots. So,
She's still getting. I want to see one doing the Elvis karate move, cape and all. You know.
so these competitions, right? So you'll get some information, and they'll say, okay, this competition is about this. Is that how it works?
There's a big reveal. It's
All
like
right.
a whole event, and you go to a high school with like a lot of teams that go there, and
Okay.
they reveal the whole competition for the year, and we all try to guess what it is before then. It's like a big like event and everything.
Okay, so then tell me, say what? Okay, last competition or the one before, what was it about? Like, what did they say it has to be about?
Well, this year they actually released a teaser video. It's about space, because they
Okay.
go throughout the year. So like the first one was like what was it? I don't know. Okay, they go throughout the ages. That's their theme right now, and it's really cool. And space, it's space this year, and we're all like we're predicting what it is and everything.
So it'll be something specific to space.
Yeah. So, like our goals are specific to space and like maybe like trying to find a rock sample. I don't know, but yeah.
So we have a challenge every single year. So 2 years back we had a challenge where we had to like have these little balls and like shoot them in the middle, and also like on the sides you would like score soccer goals and stuff.
So every person with a robot had to do the same thing?
Yes.
So you're told that, so you already know.
There's a whole manual of all the rules and how to score
Yeah.
points and everything. Yeah.
And there's like disqualifications.
So it's like a whole game basically
Yes.
set up ahead of
Well,
time.
space. So explain that.
So the challenge is called Rover Ruckus, and
Yeah. I guess like
we weren't revealed the game yet, but
yeah, I guess like each year they try to get us to do different things, and I'm pretty sure they're trying to get us interested in space. So
They will give you the game, though. They will say to you, "This is what it's going to be. The
About,
competition
yeah.
will be about this game or whatever."
about space, that's all we know so far. So like
Right.
they will reveal it on like in September or something.
All right. So
yeah,
they'll
yeah.
reveal it so that everyone knows.
like the game rules. And
Okay.
everything.
And then, so you guys all have to figure out. All right. So let me ask you this. So for me, like with these people, everyone that's involved with these robots. So I think they're all pretty smart, right? And I think they all know what they're doing. They have to be, or they wouldn't be doing the competition. So what would make you win and someone else not win? Like what would be like a determining factor? Like with
Well, apparently it's a game, so you have to get points
Right,
within the game,
but
right?
no, but that's not what I mean. I mean
Okay.
like really does it fall back on the programmer?
It falls on everyone. If
Okay.
you don't do your work, and someone like one side doesn't do their work, then obviously the team isn't gonna be good enough. You could talk about that stuff. Yeah, we have to keep a really good notebook. That's like a really big factor. And like notebook is like recording everything you do. Like for programming week, like if this doesn't work, then because the competition like judges, they like to see how you solve problems and how you like took it innovation
Okay.
innovation and stuff.
So now I'm thinking not only arms and legs, but like sun and moon.
So,
You know?
so it's more like problem solving than just a game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so you have your team. How many are on your team?
I think 10 people. Yeah.
10,
So-
12, yeah.
So how many programmers?
Four?
There was 2, but now there's about 4 or 5 right this year.
Okay,
Yeah.
so all 4 or 5 will be there for this competition.
Yes.
Okay, so you have your team of 10 people, right? So it's not just about you guys having your robot here and doing what they're telling you. They have to see your log, and they have to see everything that went wrong and how you fixed it as well.
They're trying to train us for like engineering notebooks.
Yeah, that's
in the
pretty
future.
cool.
Yeah.
So it's not like you guys just go out there and say, okay, let's hit these 5 balls for that. That's not how it is.
Yeah. That's why they have different awards. Like you have like advancement for winning, but you also have awards for like being in. There's an innovation award. Forgot that innovation award and like design
That's kinda
award
cool.
and different things you can like advance with.
That's pretty cool. Okay.
I like it. I
Yeah.
really like it. I can't
Yeah.
wait to go to
Yeah, that's
see one of
pretty
them.
cool.
We got to go up together and see one. So you'll have to keep us posted on everything that's going on with that.
That is really cool.
Now, have they revealed anything to you yet for
They
the
have a
new?
teaser video.
Okay, so you were saying
And they
that
always
earlier.
keep one element from each year at different competitions. And they also revealed there's a weight limit this year, so that's like it's gonna
A
happen.
weight limit for,
For
the
the
robot?
robot?
Yeah.
We
It
both
has
said
to
the same
be
time.
has to be 42 pounds. And ours was never 42 pounds, but some people have bulky robots.
So this one has to be at least 42
At
pounds.
least 42?
No.
42 and under.
under. No.
Oh,
So
it
like,
can't be
yeah.
more than 42 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
Well, don't you think if they're heavier that they're not going to perform as well? If they got
Yeah,
just like
there's trade-offs. Like if you want torque, like if you want like heavy like power,
Mhm.
then you want that. I mean,
If you're a light
Sometimes-
robot, you can be pushed around. If you're a heavy one, you can't.
then you can push
Oh.
people around. There's like defensive, offensive on the field and everything.
that's pretty cool. Jerry's got the deer in the headlights look right now.
All right, so I have another question about the log, all right? Because this is pretty cool to me. So say you ran into 12 problems until you got your robot to where you needed it to be. So those 12 issues are logged, correct?
Yes.
and then you explain near each one what you did to counteract what was happening, right? So now, say your team had 12 different things, and you had some amazing things you logged and how you figured this out. But this team only had 3 issues. What do they look at as far as what's more appealing to them?
I think for the competition, it's not really how many problems you encounter, it's how you deal with them.
Right. So don't you think the more problems you had and the more amazingly you encountered, right, and dealt
More
with them,
opportunity you had to solve something.
don't you think they look at that?
I guess, yes.
I mean, I would.
It's how you tell the story, because like they like the judges are often like not technical judges sometimes, yeah, and sometimes you have a panel of people who are not technical, so they just want the story, how you solve the problem, and they're trying to see like, is this team gonna go like far? Like, yeah.
Because if I was, I mean, listen, I could be wrong, but I'm a problem solver too. I'm a chess player, all that stuff. And if I saw, you know, somebody that just did everything, you know, the robot did what they needed it to do and they only encountered 2 issues. It wasn't because they were that much smarter. It was because they just encountered 2 issues. Because here's the thing. I would rather see somebody who encountered 12, 14, 20 issues, because then I know they know how to solve all the problems. You see?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I think from a judge's point of view, you've got a robot that doesn't have any flaws, that they took that time to fix those problems ahead of time.
Yeah, I don't see it that way. Yeah, but I don't see it that
But
way.
I mean, that's a way you could
because
look
if
at
I
it too.
had to hire a person to take care of my robot, I would want to hire the person that knew how to fix all those problems.
Right, but would you want to have the robot that had 14 problems?
I think I know. I see. I don't see it
'Cause
that way.
Maybe the people that had like 2 problems, they fix it all behind the scenes.
But they didn't log it,
Yeah, so that's
so
right,
that's
so they have
bad.
to log
Yeah.
everything, right?
Right.
You're supposed to log everything, right?
So that's bad. So that's my point.
What kinds of people usually judge these things? And is every competition have a judging part?
yes.
Yes.
Some of them volunteers, some of them are like old, like retired engineers or.
Oh, that's interesting. That's
some
cool.
of them
Wow.
are parents, and that's how some people like get the win or whatever. But yeah, that's like a whole
back
thing.
up.
Ah, did she just go there?
No,
What?
okay, but yeah, some of them are parents, some of them are like most of the volunteers. Yeah.
That's just so cool.
All right, so before we start winding down a little bit, rattle off again like your email or your website or Facebook or how people could contact you if they want to get involved. And tell everybody your names again in case they came in a little bit later.
So my name's Emily.
My name's Emery.
If you want to get in contact with us to join the team, or you're interested in like sponsoring or mentoring our team, it's Team 171. So 7149, and you can contact me at Emily Shea, HSIEH44@gmail.com. And
Yeah, the website for FIRST is firstinspires.org.
Firstinspires.org.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure,
That's
yeah.
cool.
yeah.
All right, Jerry. What else?
I'm impressed. I gotta say, I'm really impressed. So, if anybody out there didn't hear what we were talking about from the very beginning, I want these young ladies to tell you what they were involved with these robots. Tell everybody out there, in case they didn't catch it from the beginning, what you were talking about.
Okay. I'm the programming kind of lead, but yeah, I work on the programming and programming autonomous and teleop, making the robot move.
I'm more on the business side. I make sure everyone logs what they're doing, all their testing, and
Yeah.
I also
social
do with
media.
outreach and
Yeah.
social media.
So cool.
So this is Emily and Emery Shea, and you can find them on Facebook. Spell your last name again so people can find you.
HSIEH.
Okay, so you can find them on Facebook, right? And Jerry, you wanna start winding us
Okay,
down a little
so
bit?
everybody, I just want to thank everybody out there for watching this really cool show.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Okay, I mean, I don't know what to say. You ladies are unbelievable. I want to thank you guys for being guests.
Thank you.
You know, Marco's going to be very jealous that he wasn't here to meet you guys.
But he's
guarantee
gonna
you.
get to meet you. We'll
He's
make
go-
sure of that.
He's going to make sure you guys come back. He's gonna
Yeah.
make sure.
Oh yeah, he's gonna love it.
So we're coming to the close of the show, guys, and Marco Panning, we love you. Tell everybody what he's doing and why he's not here this
Yeah,
month
in
and
case
next.
you missed it at the beginning, Marco
Yeah.
is away at Crossroads Retreat Center, where they mentor teens to come in. It's actually a ministry camp and retreat center in Port Murray, New Jersey, and it's like 3 hours from where we live, 2.5 hours maybe, and beautiful up in Warren County in the mountains, just gorgeous up there. But he is a camp counselor, and actually the kids come in this week. They've been all this time training,
okay.
and the kids first come this week coming.
Oh.
But I'm sure he's going to have lots of stories and lots of things to share with you when he comes back. And I know he also wants to talk to you about his amazing graduation and the beautiful scholarship that he won. So
That's-
I know he's going to want
congratulations,
to
Marco.
talk to you about that as well. So I know he's got some things up his sleeve. Marco, we love you. We miss you. So he is away doing that work this summer. But if you want to get in touch with him, you can always reach out to me, or you can find him at mrpanting.com, mrpanting.biz, or contact him directly at 609-271-5446. Again, you can contact him through me at 4astar.com, the number 4astar.com. And this is Teens with Dreams. And we're here every first Thursday, thanks to the kindness of Hamilton Radio and Jerry Petito, who sponsor the show. And thank you again for having me host with you. It's so much fun to
beautiful.
always
It's
do
so
this
much
with
fun.
you. And thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you, Marco, for having us do this. And thank you, girls. We loved having you. Did you enjoy your time here?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. I hope we have lots of people that reach out to you and get involved, because I'm really excited and I can't wait to go to one of the
This
competitions.
is so cool.
So,
So,
when-
Teens with Dreams, right? Teens with Dreams. Next month we'll also be hosting the show for Marco till
Yep.
he gets back.
yeah, we have some cool guests coming next
Yeah.
month, so make sure you tune
Yeah, a
in.
lot of guests, right?
Yeah, we
Pretty-
should have about 5
Yeah.
people up here
It's
next
going to be
month,
really
so
cool. The first Thursday
Mhm.
of August, 5 p.m.
August 2nd, I believe it is.
Okay.
And when we're ready to close, I have
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have Marco. I have a Bible verse for you.
I want to tell everybody what's happening. What's really cool with me right now, guys, which is really cool. So 2 other radio networks have picked me up. PANJ Radio. I'm with them the first Wednesday of every month, 3 p.m. Rob Bell, amazing. Thank you. And Beverly Nation Talk Shoe Radio. This is so cool.
Where have I heard that
Okay.
before? I've heard
From
that.
me. From
No,
me.
I heard that before.
Okay, so listen, they pick me up every other Monday night. My show is next Monday night, 10 p.m. They're out of LA. It's really amazing. I'm the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. You can find my book on Amazon, barnesandnobles.com, anywhere. The proceeds will go to help people, guys. Okay, it's a book about addiction, any kind of addiction. With that,
Are you announcing your special guest Tuesday, or is that a surprise?
oh, guys. Listen, the Jerry Petito Show this coming Tuesday. The one and only legend from the 60s, the original Casinos band.
Not the casino you gamble in.
That's right, Ken Brady. Then you can tell me goodbye.
Google it.
He was on my show via Skype. He is now going to be here at Hamilton Radio to meet me personally.
Woohoo, that's
I
exciting.
can't even breathe when I think about it. Okay? Pinch me, please. All right? So check out my show, guys, next Tuesday night, 5 p.m. The one and only Ken Brady.
That's going to be awesome. So we're pretty excited about that. So anybody else we have to thank? Thank you guys on Facebook for, I see
Yeah.
the lines scrolling up there. I don't know who's there,
All our
but
listeners,
we got lots
all
of
our
people
comments,
commenting,
stuff,
and
yeah.
you
Yep.
girls are probably seeing that too. I know
Yeah.
you've reached out to your friends, so check out the show later. Check out Emily and Emery Shea and
But I have
what
to
they're
say
doing.
something about these 2 young ladies real quick because, you know, teens with dreams, they're the epitome of it, right?
And so well poised. 16
Okay.
years old. I mean, I can't believe it. The language and
Okay.
the stuff that you guys are doing and loving it. So that's beautiful. So that there is something for everybody
That's right.
and every personality. And you just have to
That's
go try different things. It's not just, oh, I can't do that, or oh, I can't do that, or oh, I have nothing to do. There's things out there. Just give them a try. If you don't like it, great. But if you might find something that you're really attracted to, like these girls did, and look what they're doing with it. And that's going to advance technology, not only for fun and games, but for space
There you go.
engineering, for robotics, as we talked about, for arms, legs, that kind of thing.
And they're going to build me an Elvis robot.
That's gonna do the karate move.
Get the karate move, girlfriend.
Look, we have to keep it to the karate
And
move.
on that, Ava, close us out,
All right,
girlfriend.
we're closing out with John 14:27. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give you peace as the world gives you. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid.
Amen.
All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, girls. Thank you, everybody.